guys, this is Optibotimus back with another Transformers video review. This time, Transformers Classics 2.0 in the Universe line, Ironhide. Now, Ironhide is modeled after an SUV, very similar to, he was an SUV, minivan type of thing in G1. And this is based off of G1, not the new movie. That makes him all fancy and truck-ish. Now, a little bit about Ironhide. Ironhide was one of the original Autobots to come to Earth via the Ark. And Ironhide is described as being the oldest of all Autobots. Whether or not that's true is another story. But that's generally speaking what he's referred to as. He is oftentimes referred to as Optibotimus, Optimus Prime's bodyguard. And he's very tough, very hard-nosed, very southern boy. He was very well voiced by Mr. Not Frank, I almost had Frank Welker. Peter Cullen, who is famous for doing Optimus Prime. Ironhide is, he's described as being a very, very tough warrior. He sadly meets his end in Transformers the Animated Movie back in '86 or whatever year it was. I can never remember that kind of shit. But unfortunately met his end in a very heroic way. Even Megatron said, "Such heroic nonsense." That's my impression, albeit terrible. And gets his head blown off for the most part. But Ironhide is a very lovable character, and I was very sad to see him go. He's one of my favorite characters, to be honest. Race up there, probably in the top 5 of my characters. So I was very excited when I saw that this was announced. Now, I am getting the Henkei version, and I will do a side-by-side comparison when I get that. And whichever one I like most, I'll keep, and the other one I'll probably give away. So look for another contest for me. Now, in this mode, you obviously can see he's got some flaws, and I'm going to point those out. First point is this thing. Right in here. I don't know what that is. It's yellow. It's paint chips or something. Or I don't know what that is. It's like not part of this. I don't know what that is. It's terrible. Whatever it is. He's a different color red. Now, I'm gonna hopefully show this off. You can see he's a much lighter red than. Maybe you can't see that very well, but in person you'll notice that it's a very different red. But there's a size comparison for you. They fit very well, size-wise. Other problems that I have, you can see it's a huge-ass puzzle former, which really kind of bothers me. I don't like that. Also, you have this big gaping right here hole. What do you need that for? You left the door open, or left a window open? That's just ugly to me. I don't know why they need to do that. It has this Allspark blue color in a Allspark blue moonroof or something like that. The other problem that I have is, if you look at the back, these rear wheels are set in further than the front one. So when you look at it from the back, it looks like that. Hopefully you're seeing that the wheels are inward, as opposed to this, where the wheels look out. And this looks better to me. That just looks silly. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Oregon, which is in reference to them landing in Mount St. Hilary, which is often referred to as Mount St. Helen in Oregon. And you have a little mountain up in there, that's nice. I like that. I think that's a nice nod. And then you got a little gap right in here, which can't close off. You got that on both sides. My little Iron Man pointer. So you got that, which aggravates me. Clear translucent blue taillights and headlights. Other than that, though, I typically will grade things on... Oh, and it's a clear window, translucent in the back as well. I typically grade a Transformer on 3 things. The alt mode, transformation in the robot mode. I don't really care for the alt mode in this. I mean, it looks nice, but just the puzzle. I mean, and nothing ever, I mean, it doesn't ever really stay together. I mean, it just looks ugly. It doesn't look seamless, and that really bothers me. Now to go ahead and transform them, what you want to do, first come around here to the front. You're going to loosen this section, loosen that. Oops, that whole piece came off. That just tabs in there. You're going to lift this back, like so, pushing this section down, and then fold it down, like so. Then I usually will take the, right here on the side, fold this out, fold his arms, do that on the other side as well. Keep this out of the way. You have to be very careful with these because these are prone to pop off, and it might actually do it here. So what you want to do is pull inward and lift gently. Pull inward, lift gently. Now when you do that, you also come around here. Now right in here, you see where it goes down and over, that pegs in. So you want to loosen that. Loosen that. And then you're going to rotate the legs, and it's tricky. So fold these sections down. Let's get those out of the way. Makes it a little bit easier, and then rotate the leg out and around. It's a complicated transformation, much like how Galvatron is, but at least this doesn't fall apart quite as much as Galvatron did. So now you want to just push that back in. You're going to fold that all the way down and fold that back. That's going to be his knee. Fold that down and back. Got that already positioned. Now you have the crotch thing. You need to roll the legs back and bend this front section. There we go. Fold that forward. Then when you do that, you're going to rotate these wheels here, rotate those around and back, bringing it down, and as you bring it down, you're going to reveal his head. But one thing that is really neat, before you do that, take this section, when you take this bumper and fold it down, right up in here is what you want to look at. You fold it down, brings that in. It's kind of neat. So we're going to kind of just position that all the way down. Out pops his head, and you get some problems. Rotate the arms around and rotate, fold that down, rotate, fold that down, rotate. And here you have Ironhide in his robot mode. Now, his robot mode actually doesn't look quite as bad. I do still have a couple problems. First, let's talk about the articulation. The articulation, his head will rotate from left to right, not really 360 degrees. It's not on a ball joint or anything of that nature. The arms will rotate at the upper shoulder, move in and out at 2 joints at the shoulder, which there's one, there's the other, I don't know why it needs that. Bend at the elbow, rotate, hands are on a little ball joint thing so you can do around. He will rotate back and forth at the waist, in and out, back and forth, and at the knee. Feet are very posable, so you can get some cool poses like that, I guess. Couple problems that I have, namely his waist. His waist doesn't really clip into anything, so it tends to look like it's not attached. And you can push it down, but that's about as best as it's going to get. But it still looks like it's exposed right there. His face, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this very well. Looks like it's perpetually looking down. Thusly, it goes on an angle. So you can't get it all the way exposed backward. So That's kind of upsetting to me anyhow. Also, his face does have that all-spark blueness. Nice face. He does have light piping. Ooh, which you can't see. He does have light piping there, but I don't even know if I can show this off. So, yeah, there's light piping. Kind of cool. Overall, oh, and then also, facing him, oh, his foot just came off. That's depressing. So, this he's got all these screws that are like exposed. There's no screws. There shouldn't be screws. I mean, it would look almost better if it was this way, but screws. What do you need screws showing for, people? That's very disappointing, though. I'm not a big fan of that. His robot mode does save him, though. I do like the overall look of his robot mode. Now, he also comes with a weapon that has a dual purpose. If you take his hand and fold it up like that, you can take the one side, which has a blade, but doesn't really stay out very well, and it clips onto his hand. And you have a Ironhide with the blade, although it bends inward, so that's kind of shitty. Push it in, and out pops a gun device. Same problem. It's bent inward. It should be out here, but I don't know. Take that off. It's kind of crappy. Overall, though, the robot mode is a little bit better. I like the robot mode a little bit more than obviously any of the other modes. Transformation, obviously, I think still sucks, and he's got his arms stuck out like this. You can't bring him down anymore, so he's perpetually ding, ding, ding. Size comparison here is with Sunstreaker. As you can see, Sunstreaker is a little bit taller than him, which again doesn't really make sense. Ironhide should probably be taller, I would think. I don't know. So to go ahead and transform him back, straighten out his head kind of, rotate his arms, and this is where you kind of got to line everything up and make sure the puzzle fits nicely. Take the hand, flip the hand back. So do that on that side, rotate it around, line up the puzzle pieces, which that's really what it is. I mean, it's lining up puzzle pieces here, which is kind of retarded. Go ahead and separate the chest, bring that forward, like so. Bring this back out, and again, the chest piece will hide. So there we go with that. Bring out the wheels. Oh, there's his face. Hi, face. Rotate his wheels out. Now, when you have them like this, you can. This is the best way to do it. You got a little plug here and a little hole right there. You can plug that right in there, and that will kind of store his weapon. It doesn't go in very well, but at least it's there, I guess. Now we're going to come around here to the back. Make sure you extend this back out. It was up like this. You want to fold that all the way out. Fold out the knee pads, whatever you want to call them. They're not even really knee pads, they're like shin pads. And they rotate around, like so. Coming down. Again, they rotate. Oh, see, it doesn't really peg in very well. And that's kind of shitty. Maybe if I go the other way. Oh, maybe the other way will work a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. That worked a little bit better. Make sure the blade is pointing down towards the front of the car, and that'll work a whole lot better. So once you have it like this, again, you're going to rotate the leg around, being able to bring this pieces. You're creating the front of him. Yay! Fold this. Fold that back. And that will peg right in there. Fold that. Fold that. Peg right into meow. Make sure that those are nice and tabbed in there. Kind of got to be careful, make sure everything lines up properly. Push that. Push the arms in. Push the arm in like that. Fold this piece down. Fold this out. And that will tab in there, kind of. And you kind of got to push everything to make sure everything lines up properly. Which bugs me because I don't think you should have to do that. And then squeeze all this to try and make everything look less puzzle-ish. But I mean, look at that. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, glaring obviousnesses. And I got it transformed right, I think. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I'm not all that impressed with it. It's kind of a disappointment. I really want to like this. I really, really do. But hopefully the Henkei version, I mean, the Henkei version is just going to have better paint applications here on his face. And I believe the weapon is chrome. So when you look underneath it, maybe it'll look real. And it'll have, you know, more accurate G1 paint schemes. But overall, I'm not a big fan of this figure. I can't really recommend him unless you are a big Ironhide fan. And even then, he's probably going to disappoint you. But if you're a completist, definitely I would say pick this figure up. It just doesn't really do it. I mean, he rolls okay. It just doesn't really do it for me. So I apologize, guys. I don't know if this was a good video or not. But there was Transformers Universe Classic 2.0 Ironhide. I'm Optibotimus. Thanks for tuning in, guys.